There's really nothing more exhilarating than choosing your own destiny.
That is when I am most excited to apply myself.
Graduates that come from here, I think, fundamentally work harder. When you hire someone from Montana Tech, they're ready to go to work.
At Montana Tech, I matter. And students that graduate from Montana Tech go on to matter to their communities, to the country, and to the world.
Montana Tech. Find your solution.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That moment?
It was a moment that changed my life. I'd been training with my team for months, and now we had been called up for the first time. The real deal. Wildfires were getting dangerously close to homes. At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com.
We kind of try to make it personal. We enjoy what we do, we enjoy the customers.
All of the events that we've participated in, we do an annual spring cleanup to help clean up the neighborhood.
Steels and the Steels family is just a big contributor and a big supporter of the Butte community.
It's that special attention that you get that I don't think you get in a box store.
We have a store in Deer Lodge. We give back to the community.
We got to support the community that supports us, or we wouldn't be here.
Shop with us today and enjoy the Steels experience.
Buy Tough. Call for the store nearest you. Tough, buy Tough.
All right, folks, there you have it with the starting lineups for tonight's contest between the Fighting Saints of Carroll College and the Diggers of Montana Tech. Coach Vining, Williams, Okiki, and Engstrom in the home white for the Diggers. And for Carroll, it's Taylor, Burnham, Holofield, Imhoff, and Wyman, with super sophomore Oliver Carr coming off the bench, their second leading scorer. Carroll, like the ladies, ranked in the top 25. They're 14th, 13-4 in the season, 6-1 in conference play. For Montana Tech, 6-13 overall, 1-6 in conference play, and that one win, Sean, was their last time out at Great Falls, and it stopped a really long losing streak that dated back to November.
Well, and growing pains are anticipated. You know, you got a lot of new guys, a lot of fresh faces. Took them a while to kind of get it going, but UGF was the best basketball game I'd seen them play ever.
Engstrom's got the hair pulled back, and he's got the tip, and it is Digger basketball. Coates with it.
Carroll with the black on purple jerseys again.
Vining for three. Short. And rebound Carroll.
Montana Tech ran that little elevator screen. Vining come up, the post closed out. That's a good look for Vining. I like him to shoot that.
They get it to Taylor, one of the most dynamic guards in the conference, leading them at 18.5 per game. Wide open three, it's good.
Can't let him get going.
He can shoot from anywhere, shooting almost 45% from three. Carroll as a team is a very good shooting team. Their head coach, Carson Cunningham, very good shooter in college. Both teams starting out man-to-man. Akeem Williams on the drive. We got our first foul tonight.
That was good patience out of Montana Tech on offense. Work it around, work it around. Don't settle for something.
Jake Holyfield with the foul, the senior out of Jerome, Idaho. Coach just loses it, and he gets it back. That's a pump fake and a steal.
Does that count as a turnover, is my question? Turnover then a steal?
I think you got to at least give him a steal, right? He has got some of the quickest hands in the conference. Wyman, post-up position, and that was to really nobody. Nice job saving it by Ryan Imhoff.
I thought he traveled when he got it inside. Switch pivot feet.
Taylor, inside out. Another three on its way. Yes. That is Match Burnham, the 6'8", 210-pound freshman from Spangle, Washington. He is a 53% three-point shooter. Corner three, no good. That's an air ball for Williams. Inside out. Another three. Boy, they're hitting from all over. 3 for 3 for Carroll to start things off.
It's not the start you wanted if you're Montana Tech.
Wyman with a three, Taylor with one, and Burnham. It's a young team. Burnham and Wyman, both freshmen. They're calling, sorry, Sean, they're calling one of those a long two because it is 8-2 on the scoreboard. And that is a long three. That one's short by Coates.
Shot clock was down to 3. Not a bad shot, but it's not the shot you wanted with a full possession.
Diggers coached by Pat O'Haron. Carson Cunningham, the head coach for Carroll. Good crowd here on hand because, as we know, a lot of football players here. They're going to unveil that championship banner here at halftime. Second Frontier Conference championship for Coach Morrell as head coach here at Tech. Imhoff, little reverse layup. Nice little English off the glass. Imhoff, the third leading scorer at 12 a game. Vining, and he is 0 for 2. Williams gets the rebound. And Okike with the shot, no good. Tech having a hard time getting dialed in here on offense. Whereas Carroll, I don't think they've even missed yet, have they? Have they missed one?
Yeah. I'm not sure either.
Nearly another turnover. Tipped out of bounds by Imhoff. Engstrom with a clear path. Kind of an awkward looking runner off the glass. A good hustle by Okike to keep it alive. Taylor. Taylor on the drive. Little runner off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound and puts it back. Taylor is remarkable at his size to do what he does in this conference. He's got to weigh about 150 pounds.
Tech calls timeout. Hopefully just kind of wake up the guys.
They list Taylor at 165. Out of Duval, Washington, he has had an outstanding career for Carroll. It is a 12-2 lead here on the Best Western scoreboard. A quick double-digit lead for Carroll, with the one missed by Zach Taylor following up his own shot. And Carroll, they average, Sean, over 81 points a game. You look at the numbers, they shoot as a team 51.7%. That's incredible. From the three-point line at 39%, that is very good. From the free throw line, they lead the nation, 78.6.
First action for Laurel Johnson for Carroll College. Cruzgan Jr. checks in for the Diggers as well.
Vining on the drive. Good help. 5 to shoot. Okike off the glass, no good. Engstrom hustles, and that one did not hit the rim. They got to keep playing. They let him play. Foul away from the basket. Trying to get physical with Taylor, but they got to tag Coates with the foul. Second team foul, that's his first. Kale Goldseth checks in.
Check out Okike. Bring in Goldseth.
This is a very small lineup for Carroll. Wyman, their biggest player, at 6'7", but you really got Imhoff, who's going to be in the post. Boy, and that is a tough matchup. I guess they list Burnham at 6'8", but he plays like a stretch guard.
Right. Long, lanky.
14-2. Tough start for Tech. They have yet to really get a good look on offense. And the officials are going to keep it tight. Gins Jr., and that is the second air ball, if not the third here for Tech to start things off. We are waiting for our webcast where we get our stats to come on live.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that is kind of why we're taking a few little stabs in the dark here in terms of shooting percentages. 14:22 to go here in the first half. Peter Young is showing Ryan. Fast start for Carroll. The lob to Imhoff, no good. Engstrom saw it coming.
Good defense by Engstrom, being aware.
Coates. Runner, short.
Boy, there was a lot of contact there.
Taylor has it. Tech did a nice job getting back. Imhoff, straight away. Short. Tip by Burnham, no good. The lob to Williams, to DeGins, no good. And now a foul on Taylor. Back-to-back lobs, and neither one produced much for either team. So Oliver Carr is going to check in for Carroll, the Bozeman High product, and Carroll calls the timeout with the 12-point lead. Coach Cunningham hot about something. 13:50 to go in the first half.
I think he was a little upset that Wyman on the baseline play when he tried to get the tip in against Engstrom, but those things are going to happen when you're 185 pounds compared to Paul, who's 215.
They list Paul Engstrom at 6'7", 210. I cannot be right.
That's a little light.
Yeah, over the years, Paul Engstrom has spent plenty of time in the weight room. Engstrom, the leading rebounder for Tech at 7.2 a game. He's really had a wonderful senior season, averaging 14.4 points. but it has been a very tough stretch. You got a lot of new guys, a lot of new teammates, a lot of young players, a lot of moving parts that just simply, it has been hard for Coach O'Haron to get the puzzle pieces to fit. So Oliver Carr has really seen his minutes decrease. He's only averaging about 20 a night. And they're going to call a moving screen on Engstrom.
Yeah.
So they got Taylor posting up and Carr at the three-point line. Pump fake, pull up from 15. Wow, that's pretty.
It's the matchup they wanted. They wanted to get Engstrom on him.
A guy like Taylor, you know he's in the gym and has practiced that pump fake, one dribble pull-up jump shot probably well over 100,000 times.
Tech needs to get a post entry here.
Since he's been at Carroll. Goldseth with a nice take. And they're going to wave it off.
They call Pauly with the tip when it was above the cylinder.
They called it on Paul or Vining? Is it on Engstrom?
Oh, yeah. Lucas didn't get up that high. Sorry, Lucas, but.
Taylor, another pump fake. To kick out to Wyman. Into Carr. Carr has beautiful footwork.
It's a good move, but Engstrom can't let him set up that low. I know you got one foul, but get two.
Carr shooting 59% from the field this year, has yet to take a single three-pointer. And that was a horrible angle to make that entry pass. Another turnover. 18-2. This one's kind of getting away from Tech. They could use a few stops. Great entry pass to Carr. Nice touch. Carroll has not missed many shots.
No, and it's an 18-point contest. I mean, you got to take a timeout here and try and get things figured out.
Well, offensively, Carroll, for the first 7 minutes and 45 seconds, has been nearly flawless. 2 straight post-up moves for Oliver Carr. The little dribble and spin over his left shoulder, and then the spin over his right shoulder using the left hand. And that is quite a weapon for Coach Cunningham to have that guy coming in off the bench for you. Quite a different story from when these two teams played back in December. It's kind of when that losing streak was just getting started for Tech. It was a 9-point game.
It was, and it. Unfortunately, in that one, Montana Tech kind of spotted Carroll a little bit of a lead again, and we're in a similar situation now. It's just going to be important for them to battle back.
So you got Gins and Williams, Vining, Goldseth, and Engstrom on the court for Tech. Imhoff, Carr, Johnson, Taylor. And I believe that is Burnham. Those jersey numbers for Carroll. We're going to do a number on my eyes.
It's hard to tell.
Goldseth, little drop pass to Engstrom. Nice take by the big fella.
And that's a great look from Goldseth. What Goldseth does when he comes in and he picks up the intensity on defense and on offense, he does a great job of facilitating for other players.
Vining trying to deny Taylor the basketball all over the court. Tech in the man-to-man.
And he can do that. In the AA state tournament last year in Butte, he face-guarded Trez Tinkle, held him to single digits.
Goldseth gets the steal. Johnson turned it over. Here comes Tech. Kick outside. Three-pointer for Gins. No good. Another air ball.
Yeah, I think he wanted a foul there.
Well, I have been impressed so far tonight, Sean, with Cale Goldseth's intensity and assertiveness on offense. They go back into Carr. Engstrom, tough defense. Boy, that was a tough shot for Carr.
It was. Engstrom played a lot better defense on that possession.
Carr 3 for 3. Goldseth thought about the three. Drops it into Engstrom. And they're going to call a foul before the shot.
Boyan, you're allowed to complete your move.
Fourteen foul for the Saints, first foul for Carr. 10:55 to go in the first half. It has been all Carroll, 22-4. And a foul before they even get the ball in bounds.
Yeah, it was Akeem ran baseline. Goldseth was trying to inbound it, and Taylor just rerouted him with an elbow. You can usually get away with that in the middle of the key, but not right in front of the official.
Well, they got to try it again. Another little bounce pass to Engstrom. Look at the strength.
That's what you got to do. That's going to be the 6th team foul on Carroll. That's how you get back into ball games. Go to the free throw line.
Engstrom's been there quite a bit this year. He's shooting 81.8%.
Engstrom gets the bucket.
First free throw of the night for Tech, and it is good. Tech shooting 2 for 14.
Ouch.
Start the game, yeah.
And Carroll 10 of 12.
So we do have our DAC stats up and running. Boy, Engstrom and Carr, they got a lot of big bodies banging in there. Nice pass on the inside, and the shot is blocked, but they're going to call a foul. And that will send... Okay, that is going to send number 31 to the free throw line. I have no idea how to pronounce his name. I know watching this game right now online is Jarek Walcott, the SID for Carroll, and he is going to shortly email me the pronunciation guide. At least I hope he will.
Ife Kalajaye.
Is that your guess, or do you know?
It's my guess, but I think I know.
Can we call him IK? How about IK?
When did Smith stop being so popular?
I don't know. Maybe it's pronounced Smith. The K is silent.
I would love that.
The K is silent.
I wish my answers would have been like, oh, yeah, no, it's...
Engstrom again with a lot of body in and out, gets his own offensive rebound.
That's a foul.
They are letting him play.
Look at
24-6. Wide open three-pointer. They have been money from behind the arc tonight.
Yeah, 3 of 4.
That Burnham kid can play. Gins is going to try it again. That time he got the rim.
That one.
Imhoff with the rebound.
Almost rattled in.
Carroll's been dominating the boards here through the first 10 minutes. Carr with his first miss of the night. Pretty good defense by Gins. And Williams slows it up.
And Engstrom's gassed.
Chapman has checked in for Tech in the backcourt with Goldseth. Goldseth with the left hand on the drive. He has been unbelievably assertive.
Great
I have yet to see him ever play this way.
You don't watch enough games.
He's been this assertive before?
On the road, he played really well. Up at Northern Great Falls, he just kind of flipped that switch.
Well, he has really been impressive here, and Tech has needed him. Find themselves down 19 to a Carroll team that is hardly missed. Carson Doomer is going to check in.
Carr checks out.
And Jalen Coates comes back in as well. Carr will take a seat, so now you have again a smaller Carroll lineup out there because Burnham and Wyman are about 6'7", 6'8", but they don't really have slight. Don't have the inside game of Carr. Actually, both teams really with smaller lineups out there. Tough entry pass. Look at Doomer, almost gets the steal.
That was great play, though.
IK with it. And they're going to call a foul before the shot. So I'm checking my inbox. Thank you, Jarek. Ife Oh, come on. I can't even do the pronunciation guide.
Ife Kalajaye. Yeah. Kalajaye, yeah?
I'm going with Ife. Thank you, Jarek. Nice pump fake. And they're going to call a travel.
That's the right call.
All right, Ife Kalajaya. Do I have to say it again?
No, never. Never again.
Eight and a half to go in this first half. It has been dominated by the Fighting Saints, the 14th ranked team in the country, taking on their rival Tech. Oh, pretty move.
That's a great take by Cruz. Those are the takes you got to stop. Stop overthinking. Just go take it to the hole.
So that debacle of a start, 20-2. Tech is starting to settle down a little bit. It's still a 17-point deficit, but at least they got 10 points on the board. Imhoff from 10 feet, yes.
Boy, that's a tough shot.
They are unbelievably efficient on the offensive end.
Carroll has those nights every once in a while where they can't miss. LC State at Carroll.
Doomer trying to post up, and the ball is tipped, but they're going to say it's last off of Carson, and it will be Carroll basketball. So Imhoff will take a seat.
On the floor, you got Goldseth, Coates, Chapman, Doomer, and Vining.
And Andrew Campbell is checked in for Carroll.
Campbell's got to be wary of that off arm when he sets screens. He really was kind of headhunting on that one.
Nice take. Burnham with the patience on the offensive end. 31-10.
That's where your size is hurting you.
Lucas Vining 0 for 2 to start this game. Pump fake, one dribble, money.
That's the shot. In rhythm, set your feet, rise up.
Under 7 to play first half. Carroll shooting 81% from the floor. Ife on the drive to Campbell, who just checked in. That one a little bit short.
Good board by Goldseth. Ball comes down in the middle of nobody. You go get it.
Coates on the drive. Little scoop shot reverse. Pretty.
That was a great finish. What was 22-point deficit. Now it's down to 17.
Burnham on the drive. Oh, pretty spin move. Carson Cunningham, the coach for Carroll, has got to be happy having that kid on his team.
Can't get stuck watching the ball here. You got to make some off-ball cuts.
Engstrom getting a long breather on the bench. Chapman for 3, no good. And nearly run down by Carroll.
No.
The Chapman tipped it to Goldseth.
Yeah, but I think Johnson touched it.
5.5 to go. Goldseth on the drive. Floater no good, and he is fouled.
I love it. I love the way Cale is playing at the moment. That is not how the how the PA announcer announced it.
Goldseth at the free throw line this year has done a nice job, 73.9%. Both Tech and Carroll have actually really helped themselves at the line this year. Tech as a team, 74%. So Okike checks back in, and Doomer goes to the bench. Nice job. So now Tech has really gone short. Okike is the biggest guy out there at 6'5".
Yeah, but he's a big 6'5". And Carroll's big guys aren't exactly, they're They don't fill a doorway.
What's that Arby's commercial? We have the meat, right?
Where's the beef?
Yeah, that's Engstrom. He's on the bench. Boy, Burnham really going after it. Good hustle by the big fella. 8 seconds on the shot clock. And so now, speaking of big fellas, they come in. Carr will check in for Carroll. Campbell will take a seat. And Engstrom back in for Chapman.
And Tech's got to be really wary. Got to make sure that they pay attention here. Shot clock down to 8. You got to play really good defense for 8 seconds.
This has been a very quick first half. Under 5 to go.
Shot clock, shot clock.
They did not recognize it. Probably the one bad play so far tonight Carroll has committed. Their fifth turnover.
Carroll, you gotta just kind of keep it closer if you're Montana Tech. Hope Carroll cools down. Right now they're 14 of 18, 3 of 5 from 3. They missed more shots in warm-ups than they did right now.
No kidding. Goldseth, again, aggressive. I love it. Foul before the shot.
They wave it off. Interesting fact, Cale Goldseth's dad, Todd, is the 18th highest scorer here at Montana Tech for career numbers. Number 18.
His father.
Yeah.
How about that?
The list only goes to 18, but he's on it. 808.
Why does it only go to 18?
I don't know. Sure, we quit doing the list. Adam Greger, currently second on that list.
Where's Brad Hughes?
He is 4.
And then Jeff Belich.
He is 3.
So Jeff Belich coaches Manhattan Christian High School. Fantastic coach.
Sean Hughes is number 5.
MSU Northern.
Brian Bach is somewhere in the 12 region.
At exactly 1,000, right?
Right.
Did he get 1,001 or 1,000?
No, 1,000-point club.
That was
right
an
at
amazing
1,000.
game. What a game. Well, back to this one. It's a 15-point spread for Carroll, which, believe it or not, is actually the good news for Tech because it's going down. And it was going down. Now it's back up to 18.
Then you said something.
Nice block by Oliver Carr, who just checked in. Okike gets the loose ball, puts it back.
16 points. Try and get it down under 10 before the half.
Carr, spin move, left hand. That's hard to stop.
Yeah, you got to come over earlier if you're Engstrom and help out. You realize there's a mismatch there. You got 5'7" guarding, 6'5".
Vining on the drive, no call. Now it's a late call. They're going to call a block.
I think
the bucket and a foul.
What the official's going to say is he was inside the restricted circle.
Second foul on Carr. 19th foul on the Saints.
Big ovation.
Goldseth will take a seat.
Big ovation for Goldseth.
And now they're going to check Imhoff in to get Carr out of the game. And I think Lucas Vining's got a legitimate beef.
Right? Yeah. You don't get to blow the whistle after you give it to him.
Well, anyway. And to think they have done much of this with Zach Taylor on the bench.
Yeah.
I did not see him get hurt. He does have 2 fouls.
No, but they take a look at it and say,
well, he's got the 2 fouls, so they decided to sit him down for a while. Burnham, little spin move. He has yet to miss. That kid's 5 for 5.
And Carroll uses the glass really well. I mean, even on reversals and things like that, they always make sure that they locate the box, bounce it off it.
Well, it's just an offensive clinic tonight by Carroll.
That wasn't clinical.
3-on-1. Tough pass, good handle. And was that Wyman or Burnham?
That was Wyman.
That was Wyman.
But they are carbon copies of each other.
They could be twins. Might as well be with those jerseys.
Right, and the long sleeve.
Nice colors, just telling you.
Yeah.
Vining. Yep, 2 in a row.
That's a good shot. Interesting little matchup between Vining and Wyman. Both played for Greyville High last year. Pretty good buddies.
42-25 on the Best Western scoreboard. Shot no good. Engstrom with the rebound. Johnson with a little floater. Here comes Coates all the way to the glass, and it rolls in and out. Oh, with a block. And Gins a little out of control. Gets it back.
Yeah, he tried to take it into 1 against 3.
That was a lot out of control. Under 2 to play. Give it to the big fella. Lob it inside. Tough pass. Good hands. And tipped out. Carroll has it.
No.
They're going to call Carroll ball.
Are they going to tee Vining up?
They almost teed up Lucas Vining.
Well, if you tee him up there, that's adding insult to injury, and it's...
I think he missed a call.
He did. And that's probably why he didn't tee him up was... I'm not going to penalize a kid for getting upset about something that...
1:25 to go, 42-25. Goldseth will check in on the next dead ball. Nice backdoor. Beautiful basketball. Those 2 freshmen, boy, they're going to get a lot accomplished in their 4 years at Carroll. Minute left. Vining hesitated on the 3. Didn't hesitate that time. Wow.
Oh, they're going to call it a 2. Called it a 2. But I love it. Playing with energy.
4th bucket of the night for Vining. 45 seconds to go.
And he's got 9.
Engstrom. Got to get out there a little bit higher and challenge that shot. That's a big bucket.
Tech coaches are asking for a legal screen there, and I think they had a pretty good beef with one.
Lead back up to 19.
I think you got to look to feed Engstrom.
Coates. And they're going to call a foul on the drive. And that will put Tech.
Doesn't matter. We're shooting 2. 10th team foul. Nickel.
Well, he has struggled at the line this year.
Boy, and he played so well against UGF at the free throw line, against Northern at the free throw line. He was 12 of 13 up in Havre.
First trip to the line tonight. 19.8 seconds on the clock. Gets 1 out of 2. 46-28. 18-point spread. Tech would love to get a stop here and go to the half with a little bit of momentum. Wyman with it. To Johnson. Imhoff. 4 to shoot. Engstrom gets it. And is
that was
at the buzzer right in front of the official. And they're going to call a clean block, but still Tech gets the stop that they wanted to end the half. And despite being an 18-point deficit, they actually really played not too bad those last few minutes.
Right, it was the first
10 were dismal, yeah.
The first 7 minutes when Carroll didn't miss a shot really didn't help Tech.
So Carroll, in the first half, 20 of 26. That's almost 77%. That's like Villanova against Georgetown in the 84 finals. 84-85. I think it was 85. 4 of 6 from the three-point line and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Tech, about 35%. They did not make a 3, 0 for 8. And free throws, 8 of 9. The only miss, Jalen Coates. So right now, well, this is time to show our appreciation and put the spotlight on the football team. Since Coach Morrell has taken over for Bob Green as the head football coach at Tech, he has won 2 Frontier Conference banners. And they are about to unveil banner number 2 right now.
This fall, the Montana Tech coordinators defeated every Frontier Conference bowl, and these ones on their way to a 9-1 conference record and 10-2 overall.
9-1 conference record on the season, 10-2 overall. At one point, they were a number 5 ranking in the NAIA.
series, defeating Dickinson State 44-10. The stifling Tech defense led the conference in scoring defense, total defense per game, pass defense, sacks, opponent's first down, and opponent fourth down conversions. How about that bigger defense?
Well, an impressive litany of defensive statistics for Coach Morrell and the Diggers. One of the best defenses, not only in the conference, but in the nation. Backed up by a solid rushing attack.
Student athletes on Frontier Conference All-Conference team, including Frontier Conference Player of the Year and First Team All-American Nolan Sarah.
Boy, and the year Nolan Saraceni had was fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your 2015 Frontier Conference champions, Montana Tech.
There it is. 2015 to go along with 2012. Well, you combine Montana Tech and Carroll College, the two teams here tonight competing, Sean. And they have either shared or won the Frontier Conference title, I believe, every year since 2000.
Right. Been a long stretch, and, you know.
I mean, even when Southern won the national championship last year, they shared the title with Carroll. So we will take a break. And there's about a dozen minutes or so to the start of the second half.
My name is Shani Spangion. I am Northern Cheyenne and Crow, and Montana Tech was my solution in a lot of ways. I've been working for the Northern Cheyenne tribe for 9 years. I want to make sure I'm doing meaningful research for my community. Montana Tech is a great place. It allowed me to really design my own program. A lot of accommodations were made for my family. I am here with my daughter. Montana Tech is my solution.
I remember the moment clearly.
I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
I realized at that moment, when we first saw the damage, these people really needed us. And I was going to make a difference, right here in my community. Together with local responders, we cleared trees and collapsed walls. We had to get to the family trapped beneath. As a citizen soldier, I made a difference.
Be there for your community at NationalGuard.com.
This is where Montana happens, where fires can leave a lifetime of memories in ashes, where heavy rains can sink an entire town, where a wall of ice can bury a quiet neighborhood in an instant. And this is where you turn for up-to-the-minute conditions, for the most accurate forecasting and for the information you need to help you and your family stay safe. NBC Montana is alerting you to severe weather danger.
We kind of try to make it personal. We enjoy what we do, we enjoy the customers.
All of the events that we've participated in, we do an annual spring cleanup to help clean up the neighborhood.
Steels and the Steels family is just a big contributor and a big supporter of the Butte community.
It's that special attention that you get that I don't think you get in a box store.
We have a store in Deer Lodge. We give back to the community.
We got to support the community that supports us, or we wouldn't be here.
Shop with us today and enjoy the Steels experience.
My name is John Wick. I am a graphic designer as well as a teacher and executive director, and I wear a whole lot of other hats. I basically want to drink coffee and make really cool things. My experience at Tech really gave me the confidence to say, well, I can go out and do that stuff. Montana Tech really legitimized and helped me develop the skills that I didn't even really know that I had. Montana Tech was my solution.
One 800-BUY-TOUGH. Call for the store is due. Tough, buy tough.
We had been called up for the first time. Wildfires were getting close to homes. At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is.
Be there for your community at NationalGuard.com.
We don't believe that you have to be born into extraordinary circumstances to live an extraordinary life. So what we want to do at Montana Tech is we want to put more students on that extraordinary path.
We take our students out of the classroom into the field.
Montana Tech promotes problem solvers, not problem makers.
They're able to adapt to pretty much any situation.
At Montana Tech, our students graduate and they go to work. They live the American dream. By supporting the Montana Tech Foundation, they're helping us put more students on that extraordinary path.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 46-28 is your score. The Carroll College Fighting Saints lead by 18. Peter and I figured we were talking with each other about basketball. Might as well put it on the air. We were just talking about how Cale Goldseth, he's leading the team in rebounding. He's leading the team in assists. He is playing extremely well for Montana Tech at the moment. Scored 6 points, grabbed 3 rebounds. He's doing everything, and he's kind of provided that spark for Montana Tech that they needed.
And what I was saying was that I was impressed not only with the numbers, but the confidence and assertiveness. I have seen him quite often deferring, which is fine, but deferring maybe too much when he gets the ball out up there on the wing and behind three-point line. Tonight, he hasn't hesitated. It's been fun to watch.
And we've got to remember, he's a redshirt freshman, so, I mean, the first 15 games of the season were his first 15 games, you know. Kind of flipped the script against Northern UGF. And then look at it right now. Lucas Vining played a really strong first half as well for Montana Tech. Leading scorer, he's got 9. 4 of 6 shooting.
Well, I mean, at this point, Sean, the hope has to be for the Diggers that Carroll does not shoot the same way it did in the first half.
Right.
They'll get good shots, but you got to hope they start missing a few. Burnham's going to take it out. Burnham and Wyman, the 2 freshmen, they were both 5 for 5.
Yeah, combined 10 for 10. And
unbelievable. So Holyfield was pretty quiet, but he starts the second half.
10 for 10 for 23 points. That doesn't hurt you. Match to Wyman. They feed it into Taylor. Taylor post move, puts it up and in.
And that's a tough matchup for Coach because he's given up a few inches on Taylor.
Yeah, they need to put Vining on Taylor. He kind of slowed him down. Williams with it. Driving in, kick it out. Vining driving baseline. And they've got a hand check called against Taylor. That'll be his third.
3.
Yeah. So I guess we know why he was on the...
Well, yeah, I brought that up. Yeah, he had 2 fouls pretty early, but he did sit a long time with 2 fouls.
Sometimes you wonder if you got cold sitting, you're not as loose on the legs. You have to play a little more defense with your hands. Vining's got to take him.
Wow, good balance.
He's just a good shooter.
Well, he took a pretty good shove from Taylor. Now, Taylor's not the strongest guy, but he took a pretty good shove.
Sometimes shoves from the skinny guys are almost worse, just because if they do it with their hands, a little more piercing. There's no cushion. Burnham to Imhoff. Well, they feed it to Taylor on Elkiki.
Oh, wow, pretty pass.
Good cut, but the buckets get missed.
Well, we were also talking about at halftime. Carroll in the first half made every mid-range jump shot.
Boy, there's...
That's not exactly the way you diagram a fast break.
Wyman hits again. 6 of 6 now.
And 4 of 4 from behind the arc.
Yeah. He's got 16.
He is a 58% field goal shooter. And he's a freshman.
Right.
Freshmen usually take dumb shots.
They called an offensive foul there.
Oh, Lucas is going to get it. Yep, he got it. They teed him up. Well, you remember, you go back to the first half when that call was pretty iffy, and Lucas slapped the floor, and the official kind of thought about it. And then he just called him right now.
That's Gene Wilder in Blazing Saddles. Quick trigger.
Okay. But here's what I would say. You remember that one play out of bounds where Taylor, right in front of the official, stuck his hip out. Sometimes you can get away with it, but not running for the official. Right there at half court with everybody watching,
well, and
Lucas did the clap. So, not the best timing.
But that was a 50-50 call down there because he and Taylor were going at it.
Yeah.
Taylor can't hit.
Well, the first miss from the free throw line for Carroll, and perhaps it's because Taylor's actually one of the few guys, misses both. Wow.
Ball don't lie.
Who does not practice that Valparaiso free throw shooting technique. Apparently Coach Cunningham learned it. I believe we'll be back in Indiana. I looked it up on Google. It was a high school coach where they put that off leg back quite a bit. And again, thank you to Jarek Walcott to point that out. Cunningham brought that over here to Helena, and then the ladies have adopted, many of the girls have adopted that technique as well. Fascinating. Never knew it.
Coates got the steal.
He is fast.
Oh. He's the kind of guy who can run through a car wash without getting wet.
Say it again, what?
He can run through a car wash without getting wet.
Is it turned on?
Yes, obviously.
Okay.
Timeout, Carroll College.
You know, every time Tech makes a nice little mini run, you look up and you're still down 19.
Yeah, it feels like when Montana Tech gets some momentum, they just can't quite keep it. I mean, momentum's one thing, but when you're down 19 points, momentum only gets you so far.
Well, hopefully Lucas Vining learned a bit of a lesson there. I mean, clearly he was frustrated. I would have been frustrated as well. Maybe what you do, again, I always forget he's a freshman because he looks older and he plays older. But, you know, that's when you wait till the next dead ball. You go up to the official, you put your hand around his waist. Hey, you know, what did I do? You know, and you lobby for the next one. But in the moment, it's hard. It's hard. You got to control your emotions. Like you. Do you think you controlled your emotions, young man?
No, not there.
You stood up. We're about to get down there on the floor court and get your own technical foul.
I was going to give him one for
Have they ever
not
given one
needing
to an
to give
official?
one.
Does it, sorry, to a broadcaster?
No, but I'm sure I could probably get tossed. I don't want to, but
You might have gotten tossed if you were down where the radio announcers are. If you stood up like that, that official might have tossed you. I would have been on my own.
I would have looked forward to it.
Hey, there's no me.
That would
in
have
team.
been a very enjoyable walk out.
Oh, there is me in team. There's no I in team.
There is an I.
In team?
There's an I, and it's in the A-hole.
Oh, come on.
The hole of the A.
No, just don't. Come on, don't.
53-32 is the score. 17:42 left to go here in the second half. And Montana Tech just can't get it back, especially when Taylor goes to the line trying to complete a three-point play.
Well, Taylor's an 86% free throw shooter, so
There's a
only
reason he scores so many points. And this is just a fantastic game by Carroll. They're still shooting 75% from the field, 71% from three. This is the second time this season that I've seen them just shoot unconscious.
Oh, pretty.
Great finish. It's impressive that he's able to get to the rim at, 5'7".
Well, Taylor and Coates, two of the top leading scorers in the conference. Trying to check and see if they are actually 1 and 2. Wow.
Burnham steps out. That was Burnham that time.
Are you kidding? But Wynham and Burnham have not missed.
No, and that was hand in the face.
That's just unbelievable. Seriously.
Right. I've never seen a team.
Yeah, Nybe's leading the conference and scoring at 19.5. Oh, nice ball movement. Oh, wow.
Boy, he elevated for that one.
I don't think he's made a shot yet, though.
Foul on the floor as Engstrom took it to the rack.
Gins is now 1 for 5.
I like the aggression, though.
Yeah.
Take it at the bucket.
So Nybe's first in the conference, and then Taylor and Coates are 2 and 3. I'll tell you what, Sean, this conference has got some really good athletes this year. You look at the top 5 in scoring. Shaiki Smalls is 4th. Jacob Wiley 5th.
Right.
All
That's
5 of those guys could play D1.
Well, Wiley
somewhere.
did,
Wiley did, right, in Montana. Back when I played, when it was black and white, like on black and white TV.
Not presented in Technicolor?
There was a big difference. Nowadays, the difference between NAIA and D1, certain conferences, is not that much.
Sometimes it's just a matter of where you played for high school.
In many respects, it is.
Foul against Carroll as Okike was posting up.
But, you go watch a Big Sky game, or you go watch, ESPN and you watch ACC, whatever it is. The biggest difference really is guys are bigger and faster, and they get stops on the defensive end.
Right.
Every one of these guys out for Carroll could shoot at the D1 level. Easy.
Williams goes up strong. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And then, you look at Engstrom, 6'7", 210. Okay, I'm going to give him 220, right? He's a big guy, but he's the enforcer.
Right.
In
Michigan
big guy, and UCLA, the enforcer is, 6'10", 260, right?
Yeah, a Mitch McGarry.
Right, exactly. Right.
That guy was the definition of enforcer. Come in, play strong, put people to the deck.
Well, his body's taking a beating, though. Is he even playing in the NBA? Didn't he have back surgery?
He's with Oklahoma City.
Is he playing much?
Plays a little bit, sparingly, here and there. He had some lower back issues.
Yeah, he missed the whole year. At Michigan, he missed the whole year, and then he declared for the draft.
Yeah. Because as a freshman, he was fantastic.
Now, I like this move, Sean. You got to change it up here, a little full court pressure.
Right.
You can't just keep trading baskets. You got to, at some point, try and get a win. Get back in this game.
You got to get some turnovers. Carroll does have 7 turnovers.
Hey, just the Tech only has 6. That's great for them.
Right.
That's pretty good defense. But when you have an offensive player like that, Kiki's got to learn this. When that offensive player is fading away like that, you know what?
Just let him.
Make the guy prove he can hit that shot.
Right.
Now, I know the kid hasn't missed tonight, but he's a pretty darn good free throw shooter, too.
Yeah, Carroll. Carroll now 4 of 6 at the free throw line.
Now, see, he kind of does a little bit with that foot back.
That one leg is a little off.
Yeah, a little bit.
Coach with the basketball, right-hand side. Gins Jr. working on Imhoff. He'll split it, give it to Okike.
He's got to make that pass quicker.
Back out to Engstrom.
Ball out of a shot.
Engstrom is fouled, so he'll go to the line.
So, Sean, it's those little things. Okike made the right pass, but he passed it to him low and too late. If he passes him right where Paul has his hands, right? You hit the guy in the hands. Paul hits a 15-footer. He can hit that shot before the defense has time to get out there. So you can take a guy out of a shot, or you can pass him into a shot.
Vining's going to come back in, and Fleming's going to check out.
Just look at the numbers of Branson this year. 57% from the floor, 81% for the free throw line.
Yeah.
14.7 rebounds.
He is the third best efficiency in the Frontier Conference is Engstrom.
Wiley is first, Carr second, and Engstrom third, yeah.
And he makes his free throws.
And I still don't see free throw leaders.
Click on for all stats, all categories, left-hand side.
That one?
59-38. Driving in is Burnham as he beats Vining. 15:09 left to go here in this one. Goldseth back in. Absolutely got fouled on that one. I like that he's pushing the initiative, though. Goldseth to go to the line. I think he and Vining have had the best games out of anybody for Montana Tech at the moment.
Well, I have been most impressed with Kale, as I don't want to repeat myself too much.
Beat a dead horse.
But again, I just haven't seen him play this assertively. He has yet to miss from the free throw line. And really, Sean, it was 20-2 or 18-2 to start when Coach O'Hara called that timeout.
20-2.
It was 20-2. Okay, the 18-point.
Well,
deficit.
He called one
earlier, but then it
was 12-2.
And then at 18-2, he called another one.
Yep.
Okay, so 16-point deficit.
That's what you're.
Since then, it's been
back and
forth
forth
closer. Yeah.
Sam McMahon.
Now I don't know what the issue is here, but Coach Cunningham's going over the scores table. Is it an issue with numbers or who the foul was on? They still have not put the number up on the scoreboard who they're going to give this foul to.
No, and this is.
And they're icing Kale. Look at him.
Right. Coach Cunningham, Coach Labarda Jr. on your left-hand side of your screen. That is the 6th team foul on Carroll College. So we are 1 away from the bonus. Well, now it says, there we go, 16 fouls. They changed the scoreboard on me. 61-39 is your score. Second one doesn't rattle in for
bodies in
Goldseth.
the deck.
Right. McMahon into Burnham. Over the top of Vining, and that's just good defense. Sometimes things happen.
Like a kid doesn't miss all night?
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about?
the moon's in the right place. I don't know.
Holy smokes. He has got a nice game.
It's like high tide for Carroll College.
Now, Kale has to be ready to shoot that. Pretty. Look at that. Oh, look at Engstrom. How strong is that?
And that was a great finish. Clean it up.
That's Moses Malone right there. Do you even know who Moses Malone is?
I do.
Okay. Just checking.
He led those people out of Egypt.
Oh, my goodness. That's so weak.
Sean Ryan for the win.
Oh, my goodness.
Score 1.
Yeah. Are you going to be in town with that all night?
Oh, that was awesome. I'm headlining at the Acoma.
Do you realize we didn't say anything about Bailey Pasta tonight?
Thinking it the whole
we
time.
Didn't do anything.
I wanted to. I love that last name, man.
We were just trying to behave ourselves, really. I think Oliver Carr took a shot to the face. Maybe, nope.
Yeah, he's going to check out.
Well, I mean, all kidding aside, at 13:51 to go, they are within striking distance. Now, a lot about this game is going to have to change. But down 22 with the three-point shot, they could make a game of this. And I think maybe at this point, Coach O'Hare would like to just see Tech maybe, get it down to 15, 13,
right.
that range. But, at least have some moments where Carroll's really nervous. But when you have guys shooting like this, I mean, it's just
this is
tough.
just
what are you gonna do?
It's unconscious.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're still at 76%.
If you had a dream where you hit every shot and you shot 76% from the field,
you would be playing for Carroll tonight.
You would wake up and think that can't really happen. Your conscious mind would wake you up and say, whoa, this is getting a little fishy.
Well, you might, but not me.
Yeah, all right.
I just say another day at the office.
Point Peter. All right. 1-1. $63-41 is your score. 13:51. There's still a lot of time left in this game, but you got to do some things defensively if you're Montana Tech, and one of them is hope. Hope that Carroll slows down a little bit, because they've had, they've had great defense on times. I mean, Vining hand up over Burnham. He just rises up at 6'8", drops it over the top.
That's a tough matchup. That is a tough matchup.
Well, and you can see why Carroll College is 6-1 in Frontier Conference play, with their only loss coming in double overtime to Western.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a great game Saturday. I mean, we're here to call this one, but still, Saturday's going to be a good game.
Goldseth gets the first. He's got another, despite what Burnham thought.
Burnham.
He got out of there quick.
Hustling down, getting ready to take another shot. That's all right. Shooter's mentality, good for him.
Goldseth at the line, gets another.
All right, get this down to about 15 or 14 with 10 minutes to go.
Goldseth's got 9 points. Johnson, left-hand side. They're going to try to feed it into Imhoff against Cruz.
Look what Carr does, such a wide base. Pretty.
Oh.
That's the second layup he's missed. But you watch him post up, it's textbook. Very wide base. And sometimes And I know we don't have the instant replay to talk about it and look at it, but when you are that wide down low like Carr is, it is hard to still be light on your feet and be able to move.
Right.
And he does.
Very agile.
He does. He's kind of angular and awkward. His footwork is amazing.
He's kind of one of those guys that he's just an athlete, you know? You know, he could be successful on the football field or, you know. I don't know about hit a golf ball, but maybe. The real athletes
Golf
here.
schmalf.
McMahon to Burnham. Johnson, boy, they broke that pressure really well. Carr against Engstrom, and they're going to have a foul called against Coates. I like that he came and helped, though. Carr had been very efficient in that low block. Have your guard double down, try to tip it away. Foul against Montana Tech. I think that's going to be whistled against Vining.
Well, that was kind of an odd sideline inbounds for Carroll. A couple guys wide open and didn't pass it to him.
The guy who's in triple coverage.
Well, Sam McMahon, first time we've seen him tonight, he averages 13 minutes a game, but he just got in for the first time.
Carr going into Engstrom. It's going to stay Carroll basketball.
Well, and I think what happens with Paul and with a guy like Oliver Carr, you kind of start, it's like trying to catch up to a fastball pitcher by the third time you face him. You kind of know what's coming.
Yeah, he might change his, you know, speed you up, and then throw something else at you. 63-44, 19-point lead as Imhoff goes to the line.
Now see there, see how far back his foot is?
Yeah, he's got the Valpo.
He shoots 81% from the line. I thought it was from Valparaiso, College with Bryce Drew and Matt Lauditz, his assistant, Roger Powell, that great player from Illinois, but apparently it was a high school.
The Valpo High Vikings. We looked that up. I'm not taking credit for it. Engstrom.
Wow.
He'll take the three. That was a good shot, though.
You think?
I think so. You're down 20.
He's only made one of those all year.
But he could shoot him. I mean, in practice, you watch ball. Imhoff. Burnham. They're going to try to post up Coates. And
yep, good call.
I think he sensed, he could hear the footsteps of Engstrom coming over, going to be double teamed.
Well, I kind of think Coates tipped it off of Burnham's body. That was a pretty spin move, though, for a 6'8" kid.
It was. John Pulsifer checks in. Imhoff.
Wow.
That was nifty dribbling there.
Oh, nice pass.
Carr hits it on the delayed break.
Imhoff is impressive in that he plays like he's able to slow the game down a lot.
Foul against Johnson as Coach couldn't get the shot off, but he was going up for the shot. I think the official said he got bumped underneath the basket.
So I'll make that point about Imhoff. He's not the quickest, most explosive guy out there, but he understands the game, and you could tell in his mind he's able to slow it down. The opposite would be Sadiq. Sadiq's energy is so high. He could jump so high. He's fast and quick, but because he hasn't played a whole lot, everything happens really fast for him.
Right.
If he can start getting that knowledge of a Ryan Imhoff, he'll be unstoppable in the Frontier Conference.
Right.
Now, it may take a while.
Coates, second one is no good. 22-point lead for Carroll College, 66-44. Just under 12 minutes left to play. They feed it into Carr against Doomer.
Wow.
He goes that hesitation. Step through, but it's no good. Rebound comes down to Vining.
He's missed 4 shots from like 4 feet out.
Coates gets to the line.
That's smart by Imhoff. Kept the rebound high, saw Coates was going to come in low.
Johnson with it, 11.5 to play.
Well, what you don't want, though, right here, is to just spend the next 11 minutes, Sean, just trading baskets.
Yeah.
Make a run. Even if you don't win, make a run.
Pulsifer on Vining.
Oh, the bench loved that. He only scores 3 points a night. Boy, they almost could have called offensive on that.
They could have.
On Oliver Carr, his body reminds you a bit of Adam Greger?
Yeah, he's got that similar build. I mean, just a good frame. Needs to grow out the hair a little longer.
I remember Adam after coming into his sophomore year had really hit the weight room. Then the last 2 years, he really got lean. He kind of trimmed up a bit, and it's the first year that I have done tech games without him in the lineup, and Brandon Rydberg. Engstrom's senior year is reminiscent of Rydberg. Across the board, Rydberg did everything well.
Right.
That's what Paul's doing.
Imhoff, they'll feed it into Pulsifer. He's going to drive against Vining. Gets it inside. Vining with the great defense there. Forced him into a tough shot.
Pulsifer's got a wide body.
Yeah.
That's a tough shot. Wow.
Whew. Boy, that's a good bucket. They got Pulsifer listed at 195, and he is every bit of that.
Yeah,
I mean, just big, strong guy.
Oh, he is big, yeah.
I think the sleeves, definitely make you look bigger, too.
You think?
Yeah. There was a guy for Oklahoma that played when Blake Griffin was playing that wore the actual long sleeves. And I always thought that was really different. (68-47), 10:18 left to go here in the second quarter.
Hey, Lucas Vining is shot 6 for 8. He's got 13 points.
Yeah, he's playing really well. I mean, Imhoff with the high rebound.
There have not been many rebounds.
They feed it into Pulsifer.
For Carroll.
He's going to work against Okiki.
Oh, wow.
Gave a little shake and bake move. Rebound comes down to Fleming. That was a really good move.
So this kid has been on the bench the entire game, and they've fed him in the post 3 straight trips down the floor.
Gins Jr. hits the deck. Imhoff with it. He'll settle for a 15-footer. That's a good look. Rebound comes down to Okiki.
Well, now they're finally missing.
Yeah, they had a 21-point lead when they started.
Well, make a run. Make a run. Get something out of this game.
Chapman is in. Gins Jr. to Okiki.
Nice.
And he hits a contested jumper.
And so I look at this 5 out here on the floor, and I think, okay, you don't have Engstrom, you don't have Coates. One of these 5 guys, develop the ability to be a go-to guy, like the second or third option, right?
Right.
Develop that, because some games you've got to have that. You can't just have 1 or 2 guys to go to.
Doomer against Carr.
Good defense. That's very good defense.
Imhoff, he's going to drive. Misses the reverse layup. Now Carroll's starting to miss some easy ones.
Now set a high screen for Goldseth. There you go. Boy, Carr just shoved.
Yeah, that was
Doomer.
Yeah, Doomer got chucked.
He did.
Doomer hits the first.
I was just going to say that Ife Kalajaya had not been in much the second half because I have not had to say his name, but
right.
Now he just came in.
68-50, 18 points is the difference.
The miracle of the internet, right? Ask and you shall receive.
Doomer hits it. 17 points now with 8:40 left to go.
I mean, yeah. Come on, make it a dozen.
Foul against Goldseth.
Well, what you don't want is to now shoot free throws for the next 8.5 minutes.
Yeah. That might be the understatement of the year.
So.
Free throw no good. Next foul on Montana Tech, and we'll be in the double bonus. Vining working against McMahon. Chapman gets a shot blocked.
Good defense.
Shot clock down to 4. Coates, 3. He gets it. Look at that. Now we're 14 points. Coach with 13 now. Vining with 13. Johnson out along top. 13 on the shot clock. McMahon working against Chapman. He's going to drive in, put the shot up. It's no good. Rebound by Doomer. That's a strong rebound in traffic.
All right, get it down to 12. 7.5 to go.
Make a little run. Vining absorbs the bump, puts it up and in, and it's 12 points.
So the last thing Coach Cunningham wants to do is have to put his starters back in there.
Right.
But he might.
And if you're Montana Tech, you might take a look at putting Goldseth in as well.
Oh, nice pass.
Carroll with the turnover. Chapman to Vining. He's feeling it.
Yep.
And just like that, it's a 10-point ball game. And I like that Coach O'Haron isn't calling a timeout. He's going to make Carroll call one. Down to 10 points.
So, it really kind of puts a sour taste in the head coach's mouth when you got a 20-plus point lead, right? You don't want to show
22, and then
right. Yeah, you don't want to show up the other guys out there and have to put all your starters in. You don't want to show, hey, I don't have confidence in you guys. But a 10-point lead, he's got to get some of these guys back in there.
Absolutely.
And now it's exactly what Coach O'Haron wanted, right? You make a run. We're not going to give up.
And Carroll, who was shooting 76% in the first half, is now just shooting 63%. Yeah. I mean, that sounds like from awesome to just great, but
it's actually human.
It's a big, well, I don't know if 63% is human. I don't know who you're hanging out with. 63% is unreal.
It's very good. It's very good.
Carroll's still 6 of 8 from 3. Montana Tech just 1 of 10. And the one was the triple that Coates hit.
And Vining's hit a lot of long twos.
Right. Needs to wear smaller shoes. If your foot's on the line the whole time. Squeeze into some size 9s.
Gabe, what size shoe do you have? Yeah. Gabe is are you our producer, Gabe?
He wears a headset.
His headset's fancier than ours.
It is. $10 points, though. 7 minutes left. It's a ball game.
So Taylor's back in. Imhoff, Burnham, and Wyman. The only non-starter, they left Johnson in the ball game.
And Tech sticks with the same lineup. And Vining is playing defense on Taylor. He's just going to face guard him. Kiki with good defense there, but he'll be called for the foul. They put Imhoff at the line. Makes a first. I do like that Montana Tech has kind of come back, though. I mean, it's got to say a lot for your guys to keep fighting.
Well, the second half's been much better. They're outscoring Carroll by 7.
Imhoff makes 2, so it's 12 points again, but 12 is better than 22.
Unless you're, oh yeah, you're right. No. Never mind. I was going to make a silly golf reference.
Chapman with a 3. Single digits, 70-61.
Love it.
Turnover, and Montana Tech gets the ball. And Coates is pumped up.
And Laurel Johnson's a little nervous.
You know he's pumped up when he gives you a high five and the other guy looks at his hand as.
All right, they made 2 threes all night, and they've been in this nice run we got going. So
Tech now shooting 42%. Carroll has committed 10 turnovers.
Nice pass.
Ready. To Doomer. It's down to 7. This might be.
We got a ball game finally.
Right.
There's plenty of time left.
All the people that left.
And O'Haron has rewarded this 5 for the run by leaving him in there.
That was a great look by Coates, too. Half the time he drives in, he's looking for himself. But that time.
Doomer was wide open.
Three-point play opportunity.
And that's where Carson, you either let him go or you know what, you hammer him. You don't hurt him, but you don't let him have a 3-point play.
Or you make sure that you block the shot. He's got the length. He's got
the
the
ability. You go right
ability.
through him to get it. Yeah. You don't hurt the kid. You go right through the body to get it.
Or go straight to the rim and make it as difficult as possible, But Doomer, great minutes.
But, I mean, again, that's easy for us to say. The kid's averaging 18 a game. I mean, he's good at that.
He's a redshirt freshman.
Yeah.
Taylor at the line. Misses it.
Wow. He's 1 for 4.
Look
Still
at
a
this.
9-point game.
72-63 is your score.
Okay, you got to move.
Coates. Vining in the corner. Defended by Wyman. You got 4 Carroll starters out there. Coates rises up and finishes. It's like a Rocky movie. Just punch after punch.
Right.
Seven-point ball game, 72-65. Carroll has gone stagnant here in the second half, scoring just 26 points after lighting it up for nearly 50. Good defense by Vining, really making him work for.
That's the second foul on Okike, about 20 feet out, where
he didn't need to do it.
It's not necessary.
Got a little greedy.
Not necessary.
He hits it, stops the cold streak at the line.
Well, I mean, I know Taylor's only 2 for 5, but you got to stop fouling. You don't
Right.
need to foul yet, right?
Don't let him score with the clock stopped.
Well, stopping the clock is fine, but you don't need to foul yet.
Coates calls timeout. Diggers down just 9, 74-65.
Well, and again, what I would like to see, too, is you don't need to start shooting threes yet.
No.
You haven't been hitting them tonight. Just keep trying to get to the rim. I would like to see Lucas Vining get open for a shot. And perhaps even go inside to Paul Engstrom. That's seldom happened tonight.
I have to acknowledge this. My dad sent me a text message. He says, Valpo Schmalpo. I taught that technique 30 years ago in Stevensville. Valpo Schmalpo. I didn't know those two things rhymed.
Yeah, well, maybe that's their mascot, the Schmalpos.
Point 1 for Mr. Ryan in Grave Halls.
Valpo Schmalpo.
9-point game, though. Did you ever?
We have a very engaging audience.
Coates to Chapman. Chapman with a little dribble drive, and he's bumped by Johnson.
Now that's what you want. You want to get Tech to the line.
Absolutely. It's going to be a long final 4 minutes and 40 seconds.
That's all right. That's all right. When you are down, that's what you want, right?
Yep. Extend it out.
Survive and advance.
Chapman hits first. He's got 4 points.
Have you seen that 30 for 30, by the way?
Loved it.
Very good. Very good. I got to coach with Derek Wittenberg 1 year.
Did you?
Funny guy. This is unbelievable. 7-point game.
74-67. 7-point game with Carroll shooting 65% from the floor and 6 of 8 from 3.
Don't foul. And don't
Burnham.
let that kid shoot open.
He steps into it but
Finally
can't get
missed
it. Now Coates, he's got it.
Nice, pretty.
Great pass.
Make it. Ooh! That would have made it a 4-point game.
Oh, that would have been.
Hey, you still got plenty of time. No foul. Get
Great
another
look,
good
though,
stop.
and especially out of Coates. You're 1 against 3, kick it out to the open corner where you got a shooter.
Great recognition.
Wyman. Vining is face guarding Taylor.
Good no call.
Great, no verticality.
Yep.
You got from your feet to the ceiling, and you could go straight up, and that's what Engstrom did. 3:45. Coates.
Wow.
Tries the 3. That's not the shot you wanted. He knows that, too.
Yeah, I took a gamble.
What a great effort by Montana Tech, though, here in the second half. Outscoring Carroll by 11. Vining working against Taylor.
Foul. Don't foul him.
Shot clock down to 10.
Don't bail him out with a foul.
Imhoff, 3.
Ugh.
And that's a dagger.
That could be, that could do it.
Makes a 10-point game with 3:10 left.
I mean, how many threes has he made all year? He's shooting 29% from 3. Wow.
Full timeout called by Montana Tech.
Yeah, but you got to stay positive. I know it's a 10-point spread on our Best Western scoreboard, but to come back from 20-some odd down, do you know how much energy that takes? And unfortunately, I had a lot of experience with that in college. That's not easy.
No, and when you're only shooting 2 of 13 from 3, it's amazing they're back in this game.
Yeah, so again, I don't think you shoot threes yet, and I don't even think you even start fouling yet.
I think a big reason for Montana Tech's success here in the second half is grabbing 10 offensive rebounds. And then look at the shot chart for Montana Tech. Their shots have been inside.
Yeah.
They've been 15 feet and in, except for the 2 threes they've made.
But boy, I mean, look how many shots Carroll has missed. I mean, again, Tech has played great, but Carroll did finally come back down to earth and miss some shots.
Still shooting 62%, though.
It's amazing.
I mean, the other advantage for Montana Tech at the moment is Carroll's struggling at the free throw line. They're 10 of 16, 62%. Diggers are 21 of 27. Just getting the line a little more often.
But I mean, hey, this has been a good game. Combined, both teams, the 2 teams together, are shooting around 53%. Tech has only 8 turnovers. How many times have they had 8 turnovers in the first 4 minutes? Rebounds are even. It's just been a good game. Got to get a good shot.
Coates with it.
And you got to go quick.
Shot clock at 20. They give it to Gins Jr. He'll drive
Nail
by.
it.
Chapman,
Nope.
3 ball. It's off the mark. Rebound comes down to Vining. Vining up, off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down to Burnham. Coates with the steal. He's in the circle.
So you got 2 different calls. Yeah, you got one with a charge and one with a block. And good job by the officials. They changed it.
Great call by the center official.
Yeah. So he
made
was
it
in the
clear
circle.
that, you know, he might have initiated contact, but that's not legal guard position because you're right underneath the bucket.
That is a big break. It's back down to an 8-point game. And you stop the clock. You got a chance to get it to 7. Set up a full court pressure. I like Goldseth coming back in.
I do too. I really like that. He's getting a little ribbing from the bench, starting to hit some shots.
But now you've also got a much taller. Well, you do have a much taller Carroll team in right now because you've got 6'8", 6'7", 6'7". Oh, they needed that.
Coates can't hit at the free throw line. 8-minutes left to play. Taylor with it. He's defended by Vining. Tough matchup for Vining. But he's doing well. And Vining tried to get the foul. Did not let him get the bucket.
I was going to say that, that
was a good hard foul. He just finished it.
I don't know how he got that shot off.
Right. And that was the right play out of Vining, trying to get that hard foul. Make it burn him at the line. He gets it, 3-point play. So it's back to 11.
Wow.
That was goaltending. Ball was off the glass.
Okay, so when do you start fouling?
Cunningham calls a timeout.
It looked like goaltending to me.
It did, yeah.
Okay.
It had already touched the backboard.
All right, so I think Vining just checked out because he has 4 fouls, right? So I think Coach O'Hara's tipping his hand. At 2:10 to go, 3-possession game against the best free throw shooting team in the nation. You got to start fouling now, right?
Right. Well, and what you've got to do, you've got to defend Taylor. Vining, good job on that last possession. It's just strong.
Now, you mean deny him?
You got to deny him, and you got to make sure that if he does catch the ball, he doesn't go anywhere with it.
Well, Match Burnham, 19 points on 8 of 10 shooting. Zach Taylor, 19 points on 7 of 9 shooting. Matt Wyman, 16 points on 6 of 6 shooting. And then for Tech, you've got Jalen Coates with 19, Vining with 15. Paul Engstrom, 8 and 5. Another solid performance.
And Vining, 7 of 10. I mean, that's... Vining has got that mid-range game, very Gregor-esque. I mean, just he can take it off the dribble.
The one dribble pull-up has been very effective. Yep. So you've got a bunch of great free throw shooters in here. Burnham and Vining. And Wyman. Wyman actually only 72.7%. He's probably the worst free throw shooter out here for Carroll. Johnson's about 85%, so you don't want to foul him.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give up.
Actually, 86%. So don't foul now.
Nope.
You waited too long.
Shot clock down to 10.
Good defense. Oh, pretty pass.
Good play by Goldseth. And Burnham's going to go to the line.
So somebody missed the rotation, but that was very good ball movement. Very good ball movement. But still.
Necessary foul.
Well, and again, you give credit to Carroll. They got a layup with just a few seconds on the shot clock. It's exactly what you wanted.
Guys being aggressive on drives.
Wait. Did he just miss?
Yeah.
Match Burnham just missed.
That's his 3rd miss of the night.
Wow.
Not at the free throw line, I mean for the game. Ten-point game, 44. Diggers are still in this. He gets a couple shots, gets stops.
That's good defense. Yeah, they got to call a foul with the body maybe, but boy, I thought that was pretty good defense.
I thought it was good play up top, but I think he got him with the bump going in. And I think part of that is due to Coates. He kind of slowed down as soon as he was trying to jump. Make that defender that is trailing you collide with you.
Well, he's got to make this. He's got to get at least one of these.
They took exception to that, but that's a good foul. I mean, you got to.
But I guess what I wonder is why don't you do it right away? Just foul right away.
Yeah. They're shooting 2. They're a great free throw shooting team.
And it's tough, right? That's why I said it takes so much energy. Like that last 20 seconds right there, the Carroll guys kind of stood around.
Right.
And Tech guys are gassed. They were running around as hard as they can. It's like working 100% versus 25%.
Right. 82-72 is your score. The Saints up 10. Burnham at the line. That one rattles in, and Vining calls a timeout. 11-point game, minute 20 left. This one might be getting a little out of hand.
Well, this is just kind of another example of how the box score never tells the story. This was a blowout the first 10 minutes of the game. And then Tech comes back slowly but surely, and it was a 4-point game or a 7-point game? It was 7-point, and we had the ball. And missed a 3, right?
Missed a 3. And not well.
We missed 2 threes when it was a 7-point game. Yep. Could have been a 4-point game. That's amazing.
Yeah. Minute 20 left. This one.
So again,
not over, but it's definitely
right. I mean, it's getting close. But the thing that is, you're coming off a win after a really bad losing streak. You've got a week off. Instead of getting thumped by your rival, you made it a game. You might still lose, but now you've got a week of practice where the taste in your mouth is not that bad.
No, you have a full week to prepare for Montana Western at Montana Western, and that's a game. Peter,
be a tough one.
We thought that was their best game that Montana Tech had played.
That's right, 7-point loss. They battled. Yep.
But minute 20 left, 83-72 on your scoreboard.
I think Sadiq would have helped them tonight.
I think so too.
I think he would have given some valuable minutes, just some energy. I think some of these guys for Tech are gassed. I don't blame them.
Goldseth with it. In the hands of Coates. I really just admire the way Kale played today.
Oh, that's a walk.
Johnson gets called for the blocking foul, so Gins Jr. go to the line.
And if you've just been watching tonight, Gins Jr. has thrown up a couple of air balls. He's leading the conference in free throw shooting.
Yeah.
At 91%.
He, Paul Engstrom, and Jalen Coates combined for 54 of Tech's 74 in the win against UGF. They kind of got to have a big three, whether it's Vining, Engstrom, or Coates. Or he was number 2 in the nation in free throw shooting, Gins Jr. I mean, just was past tense.
Maybe the other guy missed a couple tonight as well. You don't know that. Come on.
Hope so. Gets that one, though. 10-point game, minute 10 left to go in this one.
Just got to go now. Got to go now. Oh.
Imhoff, good foul by Goldseth.
Yeah, they fouled the. Well, no, he's 81%. I keep looking down the list and think, oh, they got the right guy? Oh, maybe not. There really is no right guy other than Jake Hollifield, who, by the way, I remember when Jake was, I want to say, a freshman at Carroll. Boy, he got a lot of playing time. He might have been even freshman of the year. With the way Coach Cunningham has recruited, he's kind of turned into the odd guy out.
Right.
He starts, but he didn't play much tonight. He didn't even score.
Second free throw up and good. 12 points.
Imhoff does not play like a sophomore.
No.
As in a good thing. He just plays like, again, the game slowed him.
Engstrom on the inside. Vining tried to draw the charge.
That was kind of a flop. Oh, good tip.
And Engstrom tips it up and in, and Diggers are going to call a timeout. That's going to be their last timeout. 10-point game, 45 seconds left. If you're Montana Tech, you go into the locker room, you know, you're not pleased with the way you started.
No, you're not
feeling good.
feeling
the way you
good.
played your second half.
Right, but you much better second half. You didn't just mail it in.
You spot a team a 20-point, 18-point lead to start the game.
That start was brutal. I mean, they just couldn't miss.
And Carroll is shooting 63% in the game.
Still shooting 63%.
Right.
It's unbelievable. What were they at the half again? 71%?
76%.
Yeah,
almost 77. 76.9.
Well, they're good. They're a good team. It's going to be a good game Saturday night.
Very much so.
But it was nice to see that Tech turn this one into a game.
You know, I'm
Just
excited.
2 possessions with a 3 in the air, chance to cut it to 4.
Right. One thing you notice is Carroll has a ton of guys from different areas of the country. I mean, they get some really good Montana kids, but they got a kid from Spain, kids from Idaho, Spangle, Washington, Tacoma, Washington,
California,
Duval, Washington, Twin Falls, Idaho, California.
I just saw they signed a kid from
where
was he, Ukraine, or was it the Ukraine, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Or Romania? Oh, look at this. Oh!
Williams can't hit it, and there's the foul. Chance at it.
We could have cut it to 8.
It's always interesting. The Carroll women had a number of players from like that Spokane area, Spokane Falls area.
Well, Coach Sayers brought, I think, 3 girls from Weber.
Yeah.
When she came up.
It's just interesting to see how the recruiting works. I mean, Montana Tech's trying to build the pipeline down to Houston.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Coach Cunningham trying to build that pipeline to Europe.
Right. It's a long pipeline, man.
I can't remember if it was Romania. I think it was Romania.
No, it was like.
Yeah, it was Romania, wasn't it?
No, he's not a gymnast.
No. They recruited a kid from Eastern Europe.
Oh, I know,
Okay.
I know. Eastern Europe. Was it one of the stands?
I don't think so.
Imhoff at the line. That one's good. 87-75. The effort out of Montana Tech this second half has been fantastic. Coates gets his shot blocked by Wyman, and the Diggers foul.
Well, things are getting a little testy. But I think the Carroll kids have to realize they're going to get fouled.
Right.
They're going to walk away with a win, so don't,
Yeah, don't take exception to it.
Don't get right emotional about it. I mean, you're going to win.
It's a chance to go to the free throw line and shoot a couple more.
Right, yeah. Get a couple more points on the board.
30 seconds left. Boy, and that one is really exaggerated on the Valpo-Schmalpo.
The Valpo-Schmalpo? Let's see it. Maybe that's like a tangent to the Valpo form. It's the Valpo-Schmalpo form.
Look at that.
That is, he does have that left foot far back. There must be, I'm guessing it's something with the balance, perhaps?
It's the balance and how you rock forward in your shot. I mean, when people start, it's more of that 6 technique.
I guess gets you leaning forward without getting called for violation.
Vining, the shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Engstrom.
Yeah.
It's good. 89-77.
Right, no fouls.
Johnson,
Whoop.
it's tipped out of bounds. 14 seconds left. A big second half, though, for Montana Tech. It isn't enough, but they did cut this game down to 7 points from 22. I mean.
So Carroll will improve to 14-4 on the season and 7-1 in conference play. And Tech falls to 6-14 and 1-7.
But a step in the right direction against, the number 14 ranked team in the nation. That's something we didn't mention a whole lot, was Carroll's nationally ranked, and
they made them work for it, so it perhaps will be that much tougher for them when they go down to Lewiston and take on the number 3 team in the nation. And again, that is going to be a good game.
Carroll still shot 63% from the field. Amazing.
Tech improved to 43%, but still 2 of 14 from behind the arc. Rebounds were almost dead even. Tech had 31, Carroll had 30. And I tell you what, Montana Tech still loses by 12, but they had 8 turnovers. So a huge improvement over what they have done in previous games, where oftentimes they find themselves with 8 to 10 turnovers in the first few minutes of the game. So they did have some things to point to and to build on. And we also got to look at a really good Carroll team. Your leading scorers. Match Burnham, the freshman, 22 points on 8 of 10 shooting. Taylor had 19. Wyman had 18 for Tech. Jalen Coates had 20. And Paul Engstrom had 12. Coach O'Haron is with Sean Ryan down on the court.
Here at the end of this one with Coach O'Haron, 89-77 the final. Brightside, your team played very well in that second half, taking a deficit that was at 22 points and shrinking it down to 7.
Yeah, we knew we had a big uphill battle. You put yourself, I think we were down 18 in the first half. Trying to fight back against the number 14 team in the country, you can't let that happen. I think it was an eye-opener for a lot of the new guys, since this is the first time we've had Carroll here with the crowd, and they look nervous to me. I mean, unfortunately, we didn't play like we've been practicing, but I think we got some of that nervous energy out. We missed a ton of shots early that we could have kept the game interesting and close, but we did some things really well. We got to the free throw line. We didn't convert as many as we'd like, but we got there. And 8 turnovers, so some of the game's coming. It's just you get some young kids that aren't used to this atmosphere. There's some nerves.
And a 12-point loss, number 14 ranked team in the country. It's a stepping stone for you guys. But this is a game that Carroll was unconscious. They shot 76% in the first half, 76.9. Round that up, 77% in the first half. I mean,
at 67 from 3. So we drew the numbers on the board, and we're like, you can't beat anybody when they're shooting that good, and we're defending that poorly. So, did some things in the second half. We had that one big run finally to get within 10, and then we played from there. And we well. Our objective was to try to score at the clock stop, get to the free throw line. If we could have made more free throws, it would have made it a little more interesting.
Some guys came off the bench, played really well for you tonight. Cale Goldseth was probably that number one guy that I noticed. Came in, took initiative, got to the free throw line, got in the lane. He didn't just turn around screens and look for a pass. He went to the bucket.
Yeah, and that's what that's what we had talked about. Start the game, let's attack, and I think 5 out of our first 7 shots were threes. And you're so frustrated because we had just talked about it in the locker room, but that young mentality, I can do it by myself. It put us in a hole, and then we had to fight back as a team. And when we play as a team, we're getting there.
And that unit you had on the floor for you guys' big run with Doomer and Vining and Chapman and those guys, they started to hit some shots. It got a little fun, and then Lucas had a great game tonight. I mean, just efficient on the offensive end, battled really hard on the defensive end. I saw you guys face guarded for a while with Luke. Just a tough matchup because he's a freshman.
Yeah, I mean, their freshmen played extremely well. I mean, Wyman and the other Burnham, I mean, they were phenomenal. Lucas was phenomenal. For us, our defensive posts wasn't very strong. We let them catch too deep. We let them dribble 2 or 3 times and then come back to the same shoulder that we talked about. So, we got to realize that scouting report means something, and, pay attention to it and see if we can get better next game.
A couple things to build on. You got a full week of practice before you go play Western at Western. And I know that's a game you guys would like to win. I thought before this weekend that the Western game you guys played here at home was your best game so far. The second half for this game, I thought, was your best second half. A couple things going into next week. You got a full week of practice.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have a couple days off. We're going to watch film tomorrow, with school, and try to get some guys some rest. Maybe we need some more rest for our legs so we come out more energized. We'll put 3 good days of practice in, and then, we'll try to beat Western at them. We've been competitive there the last few years at their place, so I'm hoping, that's another environment half these kids haven't seen. You get that Western crowd over, you're just talking to you, it's gonna distract some of the kids. I know that, so we got to try to prepare them.
And then, sitting in the Frontier Conference right now, you guys are 1-7, but you have the same number of wins as UGF. Northern and Rocky are not that far ahead at 2 wins. I mean, you guys are still very much alive in that hunt to get in the playoffs.
We just want to finish 6th. Give us a chance in the playoffs. We might be able to surprise some people.
Maybe you shoot 70%.
That would be nice.
Thanks, Coach. We'll throw it back up to Peter.
All right, thanks, Sean. Gracious as always, Coach O'Hara. That's never an easy thing to do, to give an interview after a loss, and it's another loss. It's been a tough January for Tech. They still have 2 more games. Next week they're on the road at Montana Western and at Rocky College, but they fall tonight 89-77. By the way, again, thanks to Jarek Walcart, that kid that Carroll recruited was from Bulgaria, Julian Vladimirov, the point guard from Bulgaria. Okay, so they're bringing in another shooter next year. But I tell you what, the Carroll team this year, they got a lot of shooters.
Oh.
But Tech, they out-rebound Carroll. They only have 4 assists, but they still only had 8 turnovers. Again, it's kind of a mixed bag. A lot of bright spots, but in the end, it is a loss, but to a very good team.
A very good team, number 14 in the nation. Another thing we need to mention, and I don't know how much, we didn't bring it up because the freshman played so well for Carroll, but Zach Taylor was 7 of 9 from the field for 19 points.
It was kind of a quiet 19.
I mean, when your point guard shoots 7 of 9, then your 2 forwards shoot 6 of 6 and 8 of 10, you know you're going to have a pretty good game. And, just balanced scoring for Carroll College. They're all good shooters, and they played like they were good shooters.
Yeah, 22, 19, 18, 14, and 10. So they got 10 for Oliver Carson. They had 5 kids in double digits. Tech had 3, Coates with 20, Vining with 15, and Engstrom with 12. So, again, a good effort by Coates and Vining and Engstrom as they get the double-digit points on the board. But it's hard to beat a team when they shoot 63%. So, again, it's about a week off, and Tech will head to the road to Dillon and Billings to take on Montana Western, and they will take on Rocky Mountain College. And you and I are on camera. Did not realize that. So
no, we're on camera. I've been smiling the whole time.
Well, I haven't been. Final thoughts on tonight's 2 games?
Montana Tech played a really good second half. I thought it was their best second half they've played. They outscored Carroll by 10 points, or 8 points or something like that. But they went on runs, and they saw that they can go on runs even against a good defensive team like Carroll. They got good shots, and it's something that you can build off of and say, hey, we played better than Carroll for 14 minutes of the second half.
Yeah.
Now, if we don't have a slow 14 minutes to start the game, maybe this is a different outcome.
Right. Okay. And so they actually did outscore them by 6 points in the second half. Again, your final is 89-77. Carroll gets the win. They go Saturday to Lewiston to take on Lewis State Clark. And Tech has the week off until those 2 games on the road. And then we are back here February 4th for MSU Northern. And then on the 6th, it's University of Great Falls. So for Sean Ryan, I'm Peter Young and the rest of our hardworking crew. Thanks again for joining us on this Thursday night. We'll see you in a couple weeks, folks. Good night.